this is Terry, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about nuts. So, talking almonds, I'm talking walnuts, and I'm talking peanuts, even though they're technically legumes. But I'm talking chestnuts and pistachios and all sorts of yummy, yummy nuts. So, I subscribe to a mostly protective diet. I am nowhere near 100%, but I do stick to it as much as I can, especially when I'm eating at home. And a protective diet, if you're not familiar, check it out. I'll put the link below. Protective diet is oil-free, sugar-free, plant-based, nut-free, just great way to live your life. Super healthy, save your life. If you've got lots of ailments, it'll help with so many things. There's so many great testimonials of people who've literally saved their lives by following this diet. But anyways, it has no nuts on it. So it's a lot of soy milk, no almond milk, which is my favorite, and no cashews or no, handful of almonds for your afternoon snack or anything like that. No peanut butter, stuff like that. And that always kind of was weird to me because I've learned over the years or heard over the years that nuts are good for you. So there's a lot of healthy fats in nuts and they're beneficial to you. So I thought, well, I'm going to do a little bit of research. So I read the Protective Diet page about nuts, which you should check that out as well. There's tons of good information about why nuts are not included in a protective diet. And then I went also and checked out what a bunch of my favorite plant-based doctors thought about nuts. So I checked out what Dr. Barnard said about nuts and what Dr. Greger said, and Dr. Furman and Dr. McDougall, who's really similar to Protective Diet, Dr. Esselstyn, and Dr. Campbell. So I wanted to hear what all these doctors had to say about nuts, and so I looked on the internet and found what I thought was a comprehensive list of what their views were on nuts. So they might have other articles and stuff, and I would love to hear if you find other things that they've said about nuts as well. But basically, Dr. McDougall says nuts should be treated like a delicacy. Nuts are something that, you can have every once in a while if you're otherwise a healthy, fit person, if you're, trim and don't have heart disease and not overweight, then you can have nuts as a delicacy. They should be a once in a while, and I'm not talking like once a month, once a week, once a day kind of while, but once in a long while, you can have a nut as a delicacy. Dr. Furman, on the other hand, he's kind of the other end of the spectrum, and he says nuts are really important to eat. They've got lots of beneficial nutrition, and he was the only doctor that really said anything like that I could find. Now, they all agree there is nutrition in nuts. I don't think anybody could deny that. But the cons outweighed the pros. So basically what I found was mostly nuts are high in fat. And as I was snacking on my almonds today is what got me thinking about this. Because I'm just reaching in and grabbing handfuls and eating them mindlessly. So God only knows how many nuts I ate. But an ounce of nuts, which is about 28 almonds, has 170 calories, 16 grams of fat, 40 milligrams of sodium. It does have some potassium, 6 grams of protein, a little bit of calcium, a little bit of vitamin E, 35%, some iron, some magnesium. So there are some nutritional benefits. It's not the worst snack in the world. It's not, eating a piece of chocolate cake, fat and milk and butter or whatever you put in regular chocolate cake. But it's not necessarily a snack that you want to eat if you're trying to eat a healthy diet. So that's pretty much the consensus from all the doctors. So PCRM said don't even eat them ever plain because it's just too easy to overeat on them. So PCRM says put them in things like sauces or, if you have pine nuts in your quinoa or something, that's okay, but don't ever just snack on them. Dr. Campbell says it's okay to eat some nuts. Dr. Esselstyn says, if you've got heart disease, then don't do it. Just don't ever touch them. Don't touch nuts. Don't touch avocados. If you don't have heart disease and you are able to keep your cholesterol down while having the nuts in your diet, which is tricky, and you're not taking any drugs to lower your cholesterol, it's just naturally low, and you can eat some nuts, then it's okay. Chestnuts are the best ones, he says, that are, low in fat. Dr. Greger doesn't really have anything against nuts. He actually has a video on his website, nutritionfacts.org. Great site. I'll link to the video below. He has a whole video about nuts don't cause obesity. They don't cause weight gain. Now, people who have had problems controlling their weight until they got rid of nuts might disagree with something like that, but studies show it's not completely just related to nuts. So do with that information what you will. Personally, I'm going to stop eating these as a snack food. So this is not a snack food. So when I'm sitting at my desk and snacking, this is not what I want to be putting in my body, because it is too easy to just keep grabbing it and, eat a whole bag of these in one sitting or on an airplane ride. I bought these at the airport. So I thought, oh, well, this will be a good healthy plane snack. So I'm going to stop doing that. I'm not going to get rid of nuts completely from my life, I don't think. I'll still use a little bit of nuts in life, as kind of Dr. McDougall suggests, as a delicacy. I won't freak out if there's nuts in something that I'm eating. And I'm going to continue to I make homemade almond milk, so I use a cup of almonds, blend it up with some water, strain it all out. So it's basically almond flavored water. Probably not super bad for you in any way, shape, or form. So that is my take on nuts. That is my personal decision on what I'm going to do going forward with nuts. I will provide you all of the links to the information that I found so you can make your own decision based on what you learn about nuts on whether or not you want to keep eating them. And enjoy.